In this video, we will do a quick introduction about what is an AI agent. So let's get started. Basically, AI agents are the old school software programs, but with a big difference, which is intelligence. And if I put a very simple definition, I can say it like this, that AI agents are programs that learn and make decisions to do tasks on their own. That's the main part of it. They can do tasks on their own. Until now, software was built in a way that enabled us to do the work. But now, for the very first time, it's possible that we can let software to do the work. Take that old school example of input process output. It's very similar to that, but sometimes I make a joke that now this process got 3 legs. These are very 3 components of a process component of an AI agent that should have in order for this software to be called an AI agent. Otherwise, it's just an intelligent program. So the input part could be a chat, an email coming, a phone call, a database entry happening, or an alarm going off in a fire department, or whatever the input that can trigger that chatbot. Chatbot does some processing, we'll see that in a minute. And then the output could be a database entry, another chatbot's input, or another AI agent's input, or an entry in Google Sheet as it's depicted in this screenshot from n8n. Or it could be literally a phone call going on to a person, which will be in our case, this n8n diagram. You will see it in action later on. So what are the 3 basic components of an AI agent? The very first one is the intelligence of that, the ChatGPT, the Gemini, the Claude, and so on. Whatever LLM, large language model, that you use in an AI agent, that's a very core element of that. Then it should also have a sort of a memory. It should understand the context of the whole communication, basically the chat history. If you chat with ChatGPT, it understands over multiple messages what you're talking about. And then you can refer to pronouns, e or it, and so on. And that is what the memory part of an AI agent is. It could be a short-term memory, or it could be a long-term memory. And long-term memory could have like unlimited data in it. For example, the database of the entire organization. Imagine an AI agent taking care of leaves. It knows, or it has the memory of what sort of leaves that this particular person is able to take and what is the balance and so on. This concept called retrieval augmented generation comes from there. And then the most important part is the tool. It should have access to tools like Salesforce, Microsoft Outlook, and Microsoft Teams, and so on and so forth. This particular AI agent should have access to tools and execute things. For example, this AI agent that we are building, Samantha, will have access to our Gmail inbox. That's the tool. All right, so the simplest definition that you can think of can be an AI agent is like a digital coworker that learns, reasons, and performs tasks on your behalf. And that day is not far away when we will have digital coworkers who will join Slack, have calls with us, join our daily stand-up meetings, and build a context around everything that that AI agent does, including pair programming and resolving our bugs and contributing in the code and so on and so forth. Some examples of that could be a real-time invoice reconciliation. This is something that I personally am super passionate about. Accounting invoice reconciliation is a good example of AI agents happening. Dynamic cash flow predictor, monitoring the expenses, monitoring the accounts receivables and payables, and managing expenses in accounting field. An AI agent can perform very well. An automated tax compliance auditor. Tax compliance happens right now with an accountant, someone who knows about tax law, But with an AI agent, he or she can do it much faster, much better. A discount optimizer. I was a part of a $300 million scale up, and from the supply chain management of that, we know that how easy it is to make a lot of profits if you can utilize on these small discounts. Phone calls for smart accounts receivable. We are going to do phone calls in this workshop today, in this series of lectures today. You will see how easy it is to build a workflow where you could call people who are going to have an invoice due in a couple of days, and then you can remind them to pay, and that's an AI agent doing it. So that was pretty much it from this section about AI agents. In the next section, we're going to see what is EO AI Act. Thank you.